So guys, thank you so much again. I am going to introduce you to another project I'm working on here at Kiambu. On this particular project, we have three phases that we are dealing with. Phase number one is doing the ground floor, and on the ground floor we are doing the tiling works, we are doing the gypsum works, we are doing the kitchen, we are doing the flooring and fireplace, a new fireplace and an old fireplace cladding. So after that, actually during the design process, which probably you'll see what we have done on in the design, we were supposed to do the entire project as one, but when we quoted, I think the amount of budget or the amount of money that came out, it happened to be in a level whereby the client could not undertake the entire project at once. And we had a number of discussions on how to go about it, and we decided, why can't we finish the ground floor, then come to the first floor, and then go to the attic level. And in this project now, we have already started working on the ground floor. It is already ongoing, things are rolling. We have done the gypsum works, we've done column moldings, we are meant to start on the flooring, a few demolitions here and there. The kitchen is to start maybe tomorrow, and today I just want to pinpoint a few things that we are working on right now, and how we are going to do them, and where we are going to the steps we are going to take from point A to point B until to the last point. So guys, let's walk in, you see what we are doing on this project. So guys, we are inside this house, and this is the main entrance door. We are not touching this door. When you come outside, you can come very close. We have done the gypsum ceilings, and this is the starting point, because initially it was just bare. We have centralized the light. If you can center it there, we are centralizing, because most of the times you come to a project and you realize the electrical points are not at the center. So in this one, we have to hack and pipe and make sure that once we have done the gypsum ceiling and the rectangle or the square is there, we take our diagonal and centralize the light. So the next thing that is going to happen on this in this space is actually skimming and sanding, to ensure that all the nails that are appearing right now have been concealed. Then after that, we are going to install a very simple plain straight line type of cornice. Then from there, that will be done. Then at times when you come to the project and you are on the side, you realize that you have already commissioned to do the gypsum ceiling, but now the stonework is this type of stonework, and you cannot run a cornice or all the way to the top. So what we have done, we've just done a pelmet box around, so that whenever we are installing our cornice, it can run nicely. And that is it for this particular point. It's just the ceilings, the skimming and painting, a cornice, and the center light. Let's go in. Inside here, we come here, and initially there was a wall here and there was a door. There is a common toilet on this other end. We noticed that the client D was not so comfortable, so we are shifting a few things for purposes of removing the wash hand basin from inside, so that we have a common wash hand basin at this particular point. Then we will have some beautiful mirror light and special effect, and that is it. That is the reason why the demolition is happening here. Then this being the lobby area of this house, our intention is to give our client the best finish. So we are going to hack this floor and provide proper flooring, and that is gonna be the natural travertine floor, which flows all the way. Then as you come in, this is going to remain as it is. It's gonna be wood with sand and polish to ensure that everything is in its proper point. Then as you check on the on the ceilings, we are still centralizing the lights. Where they were not at the center. With this type of gypsum ceiling, after doing the rectangle and the shape of the ceiling, we have noticed that the light was off center, so we bring it to the center. The cornices have started being installed. If you check around, it is already happening. Our guys for skimming are already doing the skimming. So in a few, these works we will have moved so far. So then when we walk on this side, as I was telling you, the scopes, This is the lounge of this house. So what we are doing a proper step here. All this is gonna be a wooden block all the way to this other side. And then we also, because we want this side and this side to look the same, we are going to build up this step again all the way to this side, so that as we do our flooring, this floor and this floor is properly separated and not just a small piece. And that means now when you are here, you will see a wooden step running all the way from that side all the way to this side, then another one running all the way from this side to this side. And as you step onto the upper floor on this side, then because this side is going to be tiled, we also provide a small plinth around here, which will be around 100 mm, running from that side to that side, just to separate this side and this side. Then when you come to this side, this is the dining area of this house. So a few scopes, we are doing the ceiling, we are doing the skinning. The light, as you can see, is properly now brought to the center. If you check on the ceiling, the lines drawn specifically to just get a diagonal, and the diagonal now gives you the center of the room. So whereby now that is the point we will hang our chandelier. So we channel the lights nicely and pipe and plaster back to just have it in the right point. Then the initial things that we do as we start up the ceiling works is actually cabling. Cabling is a main key thing that you have to get right. And on this particular scope, or on this particular project, on the ground floor we are doing CCTV, we are doing electricals, and then we're also doing speakers. So you can see we've also channeled already these speakers, and we have provided provision in such a way that if you check here, there was no way to the upper floors. So we've already done the hacking, we've done the piping, and the cables have been pulled, and they're going to serve the ceiling speakers in the lounge, and also go all the way to the family room upstairs. Then, just to give you a sneak peek of what we are doing in this space, so this particular space where we have this sink, this is the sink for the dining, whereby when you are in the dining, you want to wash your hands from this point. So we are removing this sink and creating a buffet counter all the way to this side. So it's a long buffet counter all the way, and then we have a nice, beautiful decorative mirror. And then now this plumbing works for the pipe will just have a top sitting type of wash and basin on the counter. Then the beautiful doors under there, which you can also see in the proposed design, and after this you will also see it as we have finished doing the works. Then on this end, also when you look at the designs that we have proposed, so this is the kitchen, and it's part of the scopes. So we are removing this entire type of kitchen and then bringing in a new kitchen, because this client had done just a provision so that he can move in and at least have a kitchen to serve the whatever. But we are doing an inbuilt type of kitchen system, whereby we are having a small cabinet on the end, a double door fridge, and then oven and microwave, then a cooker. Then on the scopes, we are actually blocking this door and creating an entry door from the pantry. So as you come from outside, instead of entering this house through here, you will enter it through this particular point. So you enter, so we are going to demolish this and create a door here. From here now you enter into the pantry, and the pantry becomes part of the kitchen, and then we close here. The main reason is to create more space, because the space is too limited. So this point, this is where we are going to have our sink. Then this other side is where we will have our cooker, and then our oven and whatever, oven and microwave around here, and the double fridge on that end. Then when you come to this other end, this is where we are going to have our counter, that is the breakfast counter. It runs all the way from that side to somewhere around here. It's around 3 meters or 3.2, leaving a space of around 1.8 from that particular point. All this you can see them on our design proposal, and also stay tuned to see our final product as we reveal how it will come out. Then from there we have spaces like these ones. These are new proposals in this house. We have this feature wall in the lounge, which has already Works are ongoing on it. If you check now, this is the TV wall. We have an electric fireplace that comes over there. We have provision for the decoders and all the music system and playstations that will be encased on that particular point. Electrical wiring, if you come very close, just come down, you can see all the cabling has been done and everything is aligned properly. So we have a point for the fireplace, and we have a point for the gadgets that will feed this, that will feed the TV up. So the TV will come here. We are also going to provide a provision for the HDMI and the socket around that point. Then after all these, the skirting will come and run all round, and then this other entity that remains will be cladded with proper natural marble, and that becomes our feature wall in this lounge. Then if we can throw our eyes on the upper floor, this is a double volume. We have already provided provision for the ceiling, has already been done. Skimming is meant to start. So we run a cornice, and then a chandelier goes to the center and flows all the way down. So initially there was this fireplace that was here. This was the initial fireplace. Our client does not need a wooden type of fireplace, but we did not want to demolish this thing. So we sat down and we thought, instead of demolishing or just blocking it, we decided to do a feature wall so that we leave it over there, so that in future, in the event they would want to do something to use it, they can use it. But you know, people have different tastes and preferences. Some will say, I don't like an electric fireplace, and the other ones will say, I don't like a natural fireplace. So you meet all of them, and you have to give them you have to give each what they deserve. So this particular client is more inclined towards the electric fireplace, but because the architect had already provided this particular mantle here, so we are trying to come up with something that will make it a piece that they will not look at it as an eyesore, but as a piece that they will admire. So the molding I've started. We have the marble cladding that will come here. We have a plinth area that comes there that will be cladded in marble nicely, and the entire end product will be something to just love. So that is it, and that is how you work with spaces that probably you did not want to have, or you met on site and probably they were not supposed to be there, or they are not supposed to be there, but you work around it so that when people walk in or even visitors come in, they still admire or love whatever you have done. And that is for the lounge. Let me show you what we're doing on the outer side. So guys, this is the external part of this house, which is actually the overflow or the balcony or the veranda, whereby in the event they're tired outside, they can come and relax. I'm very sorry to actually introduce this space at this particular point. I wish you saw it before. So we came in and there were very small columns here. You see that particular point up there? That is how that was the size of this column, all the way from the top, all the way down. And during the design process, and the client wanted something for this particular space to look outstanding, we came up with the design of this column, and we have made a nice, beautiful base for the column. We've done a top and then a body. Then on top, we've also provided a top, and then now after that, we will do a beautiful flow all the way from this side to the other side, and we're also coming up with a nice, beautiful step down ceiling around here, and then beautiful lights in between. And that is it for this space. Stay tuned not to miss any bit. On this particular project, we have a number of items, and we are going to do them in stages. So kindly stay tuned so that you see the transformation as they come about. As the ground floor we finish, we will go to the upper floor. The upper floor has beautiful rooms. We have bedrooms, we have a family room. Then when you go to the attic, we have the theater room, that is the media room, an office, and all the other spaces that are there. So I will not go upstairs today, so that at least you guys can follow us and see what we will be presenting at the end of the project. In the meantime, let me just show you what we are doing in the bedrooms. Come. So guys, this is the ground floor, and in the ground floor, most of the times, as you know very well, we have provisions for a few bedrooms, and most of the times it's the guest bedroom and the DSQ. And on this particular project, we have those 2 bedrooms on this particular wing. And as you can see, we've already started the gypsum works, which is the main scope on this side, plus the paint works, which I'm not gonna talk about so much because we'll do the skimming and the paint works. And then the doors are okay, proper. We are not touching the doors. So here we are doing the ceilings, which takes up the gypsum works, skimming and painting, and then the cornices and the center light. When we come to one of the bedrooms, so in these bedrooms, we are doing gypsum, which is already ongoing. It has been done in the bathrooms. We have already provided, or we have already installed the green boards. And then now here we've done the ceilings, we are doing the cornices. The lighting points have been shifted to the center. It just needs the plastering and the skimming to make it finished. So for that matter, I will not waste much of the time. That is it for this particular project on the ground floor. The next time I'm presenting, probably I'll be presenting the upper floor. So let's go. So guys, thank you so much for taking your time. And as usual, let me show you how it goes. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. This is the mixing of the sand and cement, which in other words is called mortar. And before I finish, so guys, thanks so much for taking your time to watch our episodes. And as usual, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and on our social medias at kthinteriorz, where style meets elegance. Thank you.